Josie. Welcome to Off the Hook on the Plate. Today it's a little windy out here, so it's still a beautiful day, so we're going to stay inshore fishing today. So grab your pole and join me and have a little fun, and we'll come back here and create yet another Off the Hook recipe. So let's get going. It's a beautiful day, but a little too windy to go offshore, so that's why we're staying inshore today. So hopefully we'll catch some trout. Got all kinds of lures, so we're gonna be by the mangrove there looking for snook and redfish and see what we can catch.
What was that? Mullet?
We're back here by the mangroves, and I sent out a bobber because we did have one live pinfish, and Brent's trying to catch a couple more, and hopefully that'll work and get some snook. Yes! I don't know if you can see this, but we got a bunch of stingrays right here. Look at them all. Very cool. See? The wingtip coming out of the water. They're all over the place. The pinfish aren't working, but I'm going to try this nice little feather jig here and see what we can get. Let's see. Here it is. There's a stingray right there. Check it out. Check it out. Awesome. Yep, once again, can't catch them snook. We've seen them. We send them what they like, and they're just not eating. They're very finicky eaters, and they have certain times where they just will eat, and then some other times where they won't. So I guess it's an inshore fishing day and going home with no fish, but that doesn't mean I can't make another off the hook recipe for you when we get back in the kitchen. So I'll see you there. Okay, for my off the hook recipe today that I'm going to share with you, it's actually fish stock. We didn't catch any fish today, but I want to let you know that every time I go fishing and I trim the fish off the bones and the skin off, I like to keep the ribs, the trimmings. Each time I put them in a Ziploc bag in the freezer. They can keep up to like 4 months in the freezer. When you accumulate enough, right here I'm going to make a big old pot of fish stock. I have probably here about 5 cups of trimmings off the fish. So that's what we're going to start with. So isn't that great? So it's left over, right? The trimmings off the fish, and we're going to make this off the hook fish stock. Okay, in a large pot here I put my fish trimmings. I'm now going to add some carrots, some celery, just like so, quartered onion, a tablespoon and a half of all-bay seasoning, half a teaspoon of sea salt, cracked black pepper, I would say about also half a teaspoon, a handful of fresh parsley, a drizzle of olive oil, I would say about a teaspoon will do. That will add great flavor. 8 to 10 cups of water, depending how high your pot is. Okay, I put in 10 cups of water. Now I'm adding 1 cup of dry white wine. And at the very end, you want to drop 1 bay leaf. That's it. You're going to put this on the stove, bring it to a boil, then bring it back down to low and simmer for 30 minutes. After you simmer your stock for about 30 minutes, you want to let it cool for an additional 15 to 20 minutes. And then strain everything out, and this is what you end up with, a beautiful homemade fish stock that you want to jar, which I save my big pickle jars. They're perfect for it, and I have them on hand all the time. So that's perfect. You have a homemade fish stock that is going to be great next time you want to just pull out of the freezer some stock and make a fish soup or a fish stew, and even a seafood chowder. This is a great base to start with. So put your broth in a jar, and you can freeze your broth up to 1 year. How convenient is that? I always have 2 or 3 as a backup ready to go. So when I'm ready to make that fish soup or I'm ready to make that chowder, I got the best broth right here that I started with. And also use the trimming of my last fresh catch of the day. Can't get better than this. Yet another off the hook recipe. Enjoy! Thanks for joining me, guys. I had another great time. Of course, we didn't come home with the fresh catch of the day, but that didn't stop us from making yet another off the hook recipe. That homemade fish broth is going to come very handy, I promise. So like I always say, if you have any comments, any questions, please leave me a message. I'll be happy to answer them. So until another fun trip, I'll see you guys here next week for another off the hook, on the plate recipe. Bye.